Well, hello again. Welcome again to another one of our podcasts, Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded. I'm your host, Rish, and we're going through the textbook for life, the Bible. And the last time we were together, we looked at Abram and Sarai going to Egypt and not obeying the Lord, but kind of going and doing his own thing. Yeah, but now he kind of gets back on track in this next chapter. But God is blessing Abraham and his uh, nephew Lot. They're both multiplying, and we're going to see that, and it's going to cause some problems. Well, God will take care of that problem by separating them. But we're going to see some choices made that were not good. Abraham made some good choices at this point in his life, but Lot did not. And Lot puts himself in harm's way. And I think a lot of us can relate to Lot. Uh, you know, well, let's continue on with our story. And today we're going to be looking in chapter 13. And here's where Lot and Abram separate themselves. So Abram went up from Egypt, where he was misled. He and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the Negev. Now, Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold, and he journeyed on from Negem as far as Bethel to the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Ai. Just want to make mention here that the name of Bethel is actually means the house of God. So uh, that's kind of important because he's now back on track and to the place where he had made an altar at first. And there Abram called upon the name of the Lord. So he's in the right place and he's doing the right thing. And Lot, who went with Abraham, also had flocks and herds and tents, so that the land could not support both of them dwelling together, for their possessions were so great that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. At that time, the Canaanites and the Perizzites were dwelling in the land. So we see there's a problem here. But here's what the solution was. Then Abraham said to Lot, let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are kindred or kinsmen. It is not the whole land before you. Separate yourself from me. If you take the left hand, then I will go to the right. If you take the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and saw the Jordan Valley was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, in the direction of Zoar. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chooses something that looked good to him. We are not to live by sight, but to live by faith. And Abraham was trusting God because either whatever Lot chose, he was going to end up taking the opposite. So it was like flipping a coin. And I think there's a proverb that says that man flips the coin, but God calls heads or tails. That's kind of a paraphrase version of, you know, we have to trust God, and sometimes we have to draw straws. And we see a lot of times that this is done in the Bible, that it's a way of saying, well, God, you show me which way you want me to go. And this is what happens in this case here. So we see Lot heading towards Zoar. So Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and Lot journeyed east. Thus they separated from each other. Abraham settled in the land of Canaan, that's where he was supposed to be, while Lot settled among the cities of the valleys and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Remember, we heard of Sodom and Gomorrah when we first were going through the nations and stuff. So all these things are coming to light now. Now, the men of Sodom were wicked, uh, and they were great sinners against the Lord. So we have something going on here, and Lot has put himself right next to Sodom. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had separated from him, lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all this land that you see, I will give to you and to your offspring forever. I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth, so that if one can count the dust of the earth, your offspring also can be counted. Arise, walk through the length and the breadth of the land, for I will give it to you. So Abram moved his tent and came and settled by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron. And there he built an altar to the Lord. Well, this is his practice now. We can see he's doing this over and over again. He's building an altar to the Lord. He was a worshiper. God was changing his heart. He was a man of God. And this God is still doing today. We don't build altars, but we worship the true God when we come to know who he really is and what he is doing in our lives. Just like he was working in Abram's life, he works in our lives. He directs our path. And we see this in the book of Psalms. And we're going to start going into Psalms here and there as we go through our study in the Bible, as we go through the text for life. So with that said, I'm going to stop our recording here, and next time we're going to kind of carry on our story, but maybe we'll look at some of the Psalms on occasion. So, okay, with that said, let's just close for today, and we'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye for now.